r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. Introverted men, how did you get your partners? I faked being an extrovert until I found out she was also faking being an extrovert. Then we both reverted to being introverts and enjoyed hiding from the world together. Pretty sure it was a conspiracy of at least half the people we worked with at the time. Around Christmas, I was told by a manager I won a raffle for 2 free games of bowling while she was standing nearby. Another co-worker looked at the two of us and said, "Hey, you two should go together," loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. I looked at her and simply said, "Want to?" She said, "Sure. We'll be married 13 years come November." I asked a co-worker out. She turned me down. So I asked her if she knew anyone. She said she'd work on it. 6 weeks later she set me up with my now wife of 41 years. She is super extroverted and left me her number. Lucky bastard. Extroverts usually end up with introverts. It's like they balance each other. Well, until super introvert tries living with super extrovert. There's a reason I'm no longer married to my first wife. Then again, my first wife did introduce me to my second wife. She dropped my glasses in a river while trying to see how blind I was. I was supposed to be the designated driver after a float down the river, but that turned into 5 happy years of marriage. Been married for 7, but for the just first 2 years I was still upset about the glasses. My husband met me because we were at a party and he was chilling out by himself. I drunkenly approached him, told him we would be heading out afterwards to continue the party and he was coming with me. Barely said a word in response. Now it's 10 years later and he still really hasn't gotten the word in. Sorry honey, I know I talk a lot. Was playing an MMORPG. Woman in the guild said something about needing a date to a wedding. I joked I look good in a suit. She invited me for coffee after realizing we live 60 kilometers apart. Married for 8 years and going strong. At work, after school. She used to do things to intentionally annoy me. To the point where I'd get angry about it. We'd even argue sometimes. Until one day we were forced to work together by our manager. Then I realized she was going out of her way to tapping me on the shoulders or grab me by my forearm when she needed to ask me something. So, out of annoyance, I rhetorically asked her if she liked touching me. To my surprise she blushed. And at that moment, it was as if everything clicked. I thought we weren't getting along, but the whole time she was just trying to get my attention by any means necessary. So I just asked for her number. The rest was history. Fast forward, we have 3 kids together. We'll be celebrating 14 years of marriage next February and 19 years of being together this November. I went out and played socially for 3 months. I met a woman who was just as introverted as me. She is now the mother of my children. Played like at a playground? No, played like pretend to be social. Forcing myself to go outside, meet people, and so on. Tinder. Met a girl that knocked my socks off, and for some reason she liked me too. That was 7 years ago. Today married with a daughter. Asked her out to a date, and she said yes, multiple times. Then we got together. Introverted doesn't mean shy, 2 different things. Conversely, extroverted doesn't mean not shy either. I was asleep in bed and got a phone call at 11 PM on a Sunday night from my best friend. He and his wife ran into the sister of one of his childhood friends and they were hanging out and he asked me to come by to meet her. I only went over because their apartment was a 5-minute walk away and I didn't want to get hassled by him for not coming over the next time I saw him. That was 33 years ago. Perfect example of why it's important to go out of our comfort zone sometimes. Although I'm a hypocrite in this regard. I'm not the man, but my husband, who is still extremely introverted and quiet, was the co-worker who was selected to train me at work. They chose him because they thought he wouldn't be interested in me. Little did they know we hooked up after 2 weeks. I asked him out initially, and he says that it shocked him that I would even consider him, when in fact, he's the type that I thought I'd never have a chance with. Nothing is impossible. Wife and I met on Bumble. She's also introverted. We both have people jobs that force us to be extroverted for 8 hours a day. We bonded over our love of the slow life outside of work and our mutual interests. We both also had long-term commitment in mind when we were looking for partners rather than playing the dating game. We were both looking for the same thing, love where we hadn't found it previously, a partner, not just a boyfriend or girlfriend, and someone that makes us want to be the best version of ourselves. We've been together nearly 20 years now. There are 2 things that helped. 1, she doesn't take energy to be around. It's just easier with her, even during conflict. 2nd, the idea of missing out on being with her was worse than the fear that she might say no. No regrets. I just stayed true to myself. Met her through a mutual friend, and things click slowly but genuinely. Yeah, I haven't. My mum says I'm special though, so there's that. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening. Tell your friends about me.